What is up, everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Now, today's video, I want to talk about military and how to set up your army and the basics of all that and how all that works, how to command your units, move your units, get them ready for battle, scripting their AI for battle and all that stuff. So, hopefully this video won't be too long. Hopefully it'll be as short as my other one. I try to make these pretty short and quick if I can. So let's get into it. First thing, we got a new map here. Few turns have gone by, so I've explored a little bit of the map. One of the main things a lot of new players don't know and is not very intuitive is setting up your armies. So all of these commanders can field armies. And as you can see at the top here, we got the details. We got 2 squads, 50 regular units, living units, and 20 magical. 3 squads, 100 living units, 50 magical. Over here would be undead if they could command undead. Now, they cap at these thresholds. These will go up if the commander gets experience in battle and gets better. These caps will get higher, so don't worry about that. Don't think you're always locked at these numbers. Now, to move units into a battle group, what we're going to do is we're going to switch everything to this commander. So we're going to go here, and if you click a unit and you click on the commander's portrait, it'll add them into a squad. That's how you make more squads. See, I grab one of these guys, I click here, another squad. I grab one of these guys, I click here. We just made 3 squads. Now, another thing you can do is you can double-click to get all of a unit that's in your garrison, or double-click down here to get all of a unit. And I just moved them. If you want to move... Oh, we're going to redo that there. Oh, wrong button. If you want to move these guys into a pre-existing squad, you just click. If you want to form a new squad, like I said, we click. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take all these guys, put them in here. We're going to take all these guys, put them in here, and we're going to take all... Well, let's explain this. We have 4 out of 3 squads. Because of that, we're going to have problems. This commander cannot lead 4 squads. So don't try not to do that. It's just going to make your life difficult. You have morale penalties. See, all our morale's adjusted now. If you ever wonder why morale is down, we can look here. Why do we have -1 morale? +1 too many squads, -1 formation, or +1 morale bonus, -1 too many squads, -1 formation modifier. So let's, there we go, see? Now why do these have +1 and this has +0? Well, formation modifier and commander morale bonus. So I have a +1, -1, which gives it 0. Well, why do I have a negative formation modifier? Well, we can find that out by clicking on these guys here. We're clicking this. And if we click these bad boys, we'll just kind of spread these out. I believe these are just the Satyr warriors. Oh no, it's the satyrs. These satyrs, they're in skirmish formation. And skirmish formation by default gives a -1 to morale. So, and that's the only information I can give these guys. So that's why they're going to be a permanent. Well, they're not -1, they're +0. So that's good, they're neutral. Over here, you can change all your formations if the squad is able to. That's going to depend on the unit type. So these are my Centaur archers. I'm going to put them in a line formation. Now we are setting up the army composition on the map for battle right here, and the way to do that is to click the green box. I believe you can even click this green box. Yep, any green box, just click it, and we can set up our army formation. And then we have the other spear guys. These guys can do more stuff, which is nice. They can kind of do a line formation, so we'll do that. Have the archers behind. Commander can just be wherever. Oh, that's the magic commander. That's where the commander's going to be. This is kind of the middle of the battlefield. That's the enemy side, obviously. So you just kind of move them around, drag them around, put them how you like. Now, next thing, we're going to look on the right side of the screen here, and we're going to see set battle orders undisciplined. If a unit is undisciplined, they cannot get orders. So that kind of sucks. But the other ones have battle orders. So we got our frontline guys here. We're just going to tell them to attack closest enemy. For our archers, our Centaur archers, we're going to tell them to fire and keep distance, and we're going to tell them to actually prioritize enemy archers. And if enemy archers are defeated, they will shoot other targets. Now, this is where it gets funky, and the birds agree. The crazy birds in the background do agree. This is where it gets funky. Now, we have our commander battle orders, and since this is clearly a mage commander, denoted by water, earth, it's everything, we want to cast spells. Now, you could just tell them to cast spells, advance and cast spells. You can do that, and they'll just do random spells, whatever they feel like doing. But you actually can tell them to cast a specific spell by this. hold or cast a spell. So you get all these options. We go to cast a specific spell. You right-click something to figure out what it does. You tell them what to do. We're going to cast, I don't know, Vine Arrow. Then we're going to cast, you know, Sermon of Courage to keep the morale up of the troops because they happen to be a priest as well as a mage, which is pretty good. And maybe we'll do, like, I don't know, Tune of Fear and Tune of Growth. Now, these ones are blue because that is a unit-specific spell. Only this class of unit, this type of unit, can cast those. And that is why they're blue and not white like everything else. So it's unique to that unit. So there we go. You can do up to 5. We got 4. These will go on repeat. They'll just do it over and over. We're going to tell them to stay behind troops so they don't, like, run out and do anything crazy. And, yeah, there we go. So every commander, every group of units, you have to do this, or else your battles are going to be inefficient and they might not be as good. So you need to set formations and set what they're going to do. So now that we did all this, we need to figure out who we're going to go after. And our size of our army, as you can see right here, is 64. So we can look, this intel on the provinces isn't always 100% accurate. It's generally give or take a little bit, depending if you've scouted to or not. That will affect it as well, but it's not always 100%. You might think there's 30 units and now there's 50 when you go there. So we're going to go here to this one of 30 units with Wolf Tribe Archers and Wolf Tribe Warriors. We're just going to end our turn and not do anything else, even though the game's warning us. And we're going to view the battle, and you're going to see how, you know, I scripted my guys to act a certain way, and they're going to act that way, and we're going to see what happens. So my archers are firing on their archers, as you can see, and their archers are just firing on my front line. So archers are pretty dangerous, especially like in the early ages, and they can easily cause your army to rout if you don't have them. There's my javelin throwers. They're just throwing javelins on those guys. The idea is to just take out their archers. I have way greater range on my centaur archers than they have on their human little foot soldier archers. And we're just going to speed up the battle, but obviously I win. It was easy. And that's kind of how battles play out. They're auto battle, I guess you could say, but you have control over it to a degree. And then we can look, check our losses. We lost 5 guys. They lost 25. That was awesome. That was easy. Now, when you conquer a province, there's a few things you need to do. Look at the unrest in the province. We have an unrest of 9. Look at the province defense. We need to get this going. What I recommend you do for a province defense, now this might not be what everybody tells you to do, so I mean, I guess take it with a grain of salt. I recommend you get all your provinces up to 10. The reason why I say 10 is you get unrest reduction, so it helps keep the unrest down, plus you get more units protecting the province. These are just your local defenders, and they will protect the province if an enemy attacks, whether it be just random independents, or another enemy player comes in and tries to take your lands. We go higher, we get more stuff. More units. Now we're getting patrol strength. More units. Now we hit 20. Now look at that. And you can keep going and going, but I wouldn't do that until it's needed. Like maybe a frontline province, or you got a fort, or there's a throne there, or other things. I say 10 in every province. Some people probably say do less, but I just do 10. You can do whatever you're comfortable with, I guess. Whatever you find out works for you. But make sure you have province defense. Now, this unrest, it'll go down by 1 every turn because of my current defense. See? 1 per month. A turn's a month. You can also lower it, and if you have really bad unrest, I recommend doing this before you push your army forward. Hit spacebar to get commands for any kind of commander. Now, we want to patrol the province. This will reduce unrest and kill brigands. And it'll kill brigands, thieves, scoundrels, all the people causing unrest in your province. You will patrol and try to take them out. I do believe, this could be wrong, I do believe that the bigger the army is, the more unrest reduction you can get on a patrol. I mean, it kind of makes sense. We got 100 guys patrolling versus 10 guys. We'll probably reduce unrest more in a turn. So we're going to see what happens with that. Unrest was 9. And now it's gone down to 0. Or 1. There we go. So now that we don't need him patrolling anymore, so now we can go target more units. Always hit T and check, make sure your army strength is good. You know, don't be just blindly pushing forward and not paying attention, because you will get wiped out. And you can lose good commanders and stuff like that. So that is the basics of kind of managing your army. This video is already longer than I wanted it to be, like by a significant margin. It's really hard with this kind of game to make shorter videos, so I understand why people make like hour-long videos, because there's just so much to cover and so much to go over. This is a very basic and simple part of it, but this will explain how to use the army management screen, how to kind of fight, set up your armies, and make progress in the game. And it's trial and error. There's a lot of practice involved in this game. I make mistakes still to this day. You know, you got to learn what your army can take on and what it can't. You got to learn what the independents can do, what the enemy factions can do. There's just so much. There's so many like factors. There's no like this is how you do it or this is the best way. It's kind of like it's all depending what's going on, you know. So, but if you guys get any questions or comments about the video, please drop them down below. I'd be glad to help you out. And hopefully this video did help you and give you a little bit of understanding of the army setup and the army management, and it helped you understand the birds chirping as well. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, later guys. Peace out. Have a good one.